actually gave me back my soul. And shout out to Spanish Wednesdays. Shout out to you guys. Welcome back. This next song is by Cody Johnson, little country boy. And he did the unthinkable 12 days ago. He dropped a song with Karin Leon. And maybe it's the first time you guys are going to hear it. Maybe not. Let's get it. She Hurts Like Tequila. That's the name of the song. I went to Stagecoach. I know it's festival season right now where I live. We have Coachella this weekend. We have Coachella next weekend. And then we have Stagecoach. And some of you guys are in the Discord. Some of you guys saw me. I posted a picture with Abby Carter, American Idol winner. I saw her yesterday. And I was like, hey, Abby, what are you doing in town? And she's like, I'm going to be at Stagecoach. And I was like, you are? I didn't even know. I don't look at the headlines or anything. But I posted that picture with Abby. And Cody Johnson was actually playing at my first Stagecoach. And when he was playing, it was weird because I was having a moment. I was part of this channel and crew. And this is like maybe 4 years ago. And I had recently been promoted at work like that day. Literally that day that I was able to go to Stagecoach. And I was sitting there and I was looking up at the stage. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, this doesn't validate me. A promotion at work doesn't make me happy. Not to that point. It's not about the promotion. It wasn't even that. It was the journey to it. And it's because I was a GameStop holder. I know this sounds crazy to people, but if you own GameStop, you understand. This same time last year, right now, as I talk to you, the same time last year, I was talking to people like Martin Scarelli, Tony De Niro, making videos, battling Hannah Reloaded, talking with Dan Olson, just released another documentary where they were talking about GameStop being a failed investment with psychotic investors, guys who are dreaming of Never Never Land, and it's never going to happen. We had $1 billion in the bank. We didn't make any profit, yet I was still telling you we made profit. Because I read the balance sheet a lot different than other people. I understand the ebb and flow of markets and the ebb and flow of business. Certainly in a seasonality business and one that's constantly going up against something different. Like I could give you this example. If you're involved in companies like Apple today or Microsoft or Nvidia, you're going to have those cycles where you're like, well, remember, this was the Trump tariff time. This was the supply shortage issues. This was, the fear of all of that. They're going to have to start factoring in years in advance. And no one's going to defend them. No one's going to have to defend them because that's what they're going to do on their own. We're going to talk about it today. But I just want to let you know where we all came from. For some of you guys who are brand new to the show and the channel, you guys weren't here in the summer of 01, in the summer of 2022, and 03, and 04, and 24, and I don't mean 01, I meant 21, 22, 23, 24, and now it's summer of 25, and it's a whole different vibe. GameStop just got listed as one of the top 5 stocks to buy during Trump's tariffs. Literally, I got the article written, it's showing right now, I got the written article there, and I'm just happy, like, how far we've come, and, I'm formerly known as Cody Johnson. Glad to see you, James. No, what happened was I was sitting there at Stagecoach, and I didn't even care who was up on the stage. I was talking to my family, and I was actually talking to my wife's aunt, and she was like, Marantz, I see you got your little YouTube thing going. I see you got, your work thing going. You're trying. At least you're trying something, right? And your investments. And I was like, yeah, my investments, I'm trying. And in that moment, it all just clicked. And I sat there and I cried. In a crowd full of, I don't even know, 25,000 people. I cried. And it was the best cry I've ever had because it was like releasing. Right? Like I don't have a problem crying when I'm happy. And this is a song that played. to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I was actually standing there, 20,000 people, right? And it's crazy. It's like a movie. It plays at you really fast because you're like, okay, in movies, music's playing in the background. When you're having these conversations and these moments are happening, you're kissing on camera, and boom, we're gonna make it. And there's a song playing, right? Whether it is Van Morrison, I don't even know, but it doesn't matter what's playing in the background. That actually was happening to me. And that's why I tell you these moments in life speak to me. It's called serendipity. It's fortunate accidents that happen throughout time, and it's amazing for me. So the serendipitous moment, the truth, the facts of life are, you're here today. You're here today. GameStop's here at 23.41, traded back and forth, 4.5 million shares, and it is going to break the world apart. You know how I see it. You know how I look at it. I looked at GameStop a while back, and I said, this is a company that's profitable. It's a company that's amazing, a company that has all the backing in the world. And guess what? Wall Street doesn't care. Nobody cares. Nobody's giving it true value. And I was like, okay, what can I do? How can I shed light to it every day? Every day I wake up and I tell the people in the world what it is. It's just a dedication of mine. It's as if you were like some religious Bible thumper. You're walking around saying, Jesus is great. Jesus will save you. God is good. Well, guess what? Ryan Cohen's great. Yeah, I said it, Hannah Reloaded. I said it, James Janney. I said it, Dan Olson. Ryan Cohen's amazing. He's an amazing man who's working for free, working for you, putting in $10 million more dollars into a market, into a month. You see Trump tariffs is crushing the world, and I'm not worried about Trump tariffs. I'm not worried about it one bit. I actually support Trump tariffs. I voted for it, and I want you to hear why.
104% tariffs in China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, and sell it back here. Never has an administration.
400% tariffs? What would that look like?
I want Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. This is not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. He'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well, hold on a second, Kevin. Well, I hear you, but hold on. If we're talking about people, the average consumer, not necessarily the head honchos of businesses all across the globe, can they withstand the pressure of that sort of tax on the goods?
It's short-lived. There will be
but what's your timeline compared to, you don't know the average American's timeline, what they can actually survive. There's people right now who can't survive
400% tomorrow morning, cheese on an airplane to Washington to cut a deal.
So just so we're clear, and you guys know Mr. Wonderful was speaking there, I'm not a fan of CNN, and he's on the roundtable with CNN letting them know. And, of course, this female comes out and says, well, what do you mean? How long are these business leaders going to last? Listen, guys, and it's not even about how long Americans can last, right, with tariffs and increases in prices and all of that. It doesn't matter. Listen, you could close off all the seas, take out all the imports. I don't care. America is self-sustained, and they can be. Now, you want to play hardball? The Chinese don't play this way. I want people to know they'll steal your IP, yes, your intellectual property. They'll clone it, they'll mimic it, and they'll put it back out there. Go ask DeepSeek. NVIDIA got caught with their hand in the cookie jar being fat on the hog. That's why they've lost $1 trillion of market cap. Listen, when you say $1 trillion of market cap, why has the CEO not been fired? Why has Tim Cook not been fired at Apple? They just lost $1 trillion of market cap as well. That would get you fired. You lose 25% value in your company that's been around for decades, get you fired. But it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Is it all priced in? I called it. I called it today. I said today after hours, you should see these markets come crumbling down. And you know what it's going to take? It's going to take a press conference from Donald Trump. And it's like on cue. It's like on course. It's like they just push him out there. They go, okay, hey, Donnie, we need you to go say some kind words out there. Go say some stuff. Well, here he walks out, and now it gives Wall Street a reason to react. Wall Street's already priced it in. They already have it. Guys, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to show you like I do every day, and you wonder why we can walk to it. Literally, like you're just like, oh, okay. Like I read the headline. It said $1.5 trillion worth of calls. And I was like, okay. The most inflow on the call side. And I'm like, you guys are stupid. Like somebody knows this market's going up. One, that headline is sensationalized. Two, if you knew how hedge funds actually work, they have to buy the calls just to protect themselves on the upside, which is not even the case. Not even the case. In some rare occasion, some miracle, Trump comes out and says, Trumps are off, we're done. Then the markets go crazy, right? For how long? Till you guys start bitching about interest rates again. Something that Kyoto was posted up in the Discord for us. He's like, Marantz, is this what's really happening? It's what's really happening, right? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't know? Okay. They're going to sell off this market, take all their cash, and they're going to go put it in treasuries, right? That means there's no money running around in this market. You want to get money to run around? Guess what you have to do? You got to lower interest rates. You lower interest rates, people borrow money. And as they borrow money, they build off that borrowed money. But you remember what happened 10 years ago. That's what I was talking about, the 10-year. 10 years ago, people were borrowing money for nothing. You want to renegotiate that same borrowed money at these rates today? You can't. They're trying to renegotiate their debt, and they can't do it at these rates. This is why AMC, every time they go, this is what I was saying 2 years ago, 3 years ago, AMC would go and we reorganized our debt and we got a new note. And I was just like, what? For a higher interest? So you owed 9%, now you went for 15%. In the world of billions, that's a lot of money. Certainly you don't make any. But it's crazy because you see all these companies and you're like, okay, you're going to borrow more money? Sure. How are you going to stay alive? No one's giving you money, right? How can you go get money right now? It's not even possible. People are so uncertain about everything. No one's willing to give you money unless your name is GameStop. I want you to think about it, guys. GameStop went and gave a note for $1.5 billion of equity for 0% interest, and it got gobbled up in a day. You're crazy. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened. Greatest thing that'll ever happen to your investment. Like 4 years ago, I started saying GameStop is going to do this and the world's going to do this, right? In order for this mountain to come up, everything has to fall off of it and sell off. And I didn't know what I know today. I wasn't as versed in the markets. I openly admit it. I tell you guys every time. I just knew what I wanted to say. I didn't know exactly how it was going to happen. But now I do. Like I see it happening. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, I get it now. I get what has to happen. Certainly as I started studying other companies. Wasn't just studying what I'm buying. I started studying things that I would never buy. Like the Mag 7. And why they're just oversaturated. Holding each other up. There's this tower, this place. I believe it's made in China. I believe it's in China. There's a house there. It's built. It's strong as hell. And it's world famous because it's built with no nails. It's interlaced wood. It's a massive construction. Just interlaced wood. 2x4s, however they do. They're locking wood pieces. And it's an amazing, it's like Legos almost. No nails. The stock market at the top, the S&P, the Mag 7, they're like Legos. They're interlocked. They're locked in. They're like Legos with glue. And you can't break them apart because if you do break them apart, the whole thing comes crumbling down. But there's so many pieces at the top that are not connected. So many loose Lego pieces you can just knock off the top. Just, okay, yeah, that was just extra. That was an extra $1 trillion of market cap. That was an extra trillion of infrastructure. No biggie. We're not really worth $250 a share, Apple. Nah, 181's good. It's okay, $70 off. Like, who lost all that money? Who was that? Who was the fluff at the top? Retail? I was buying Apple for 120 5 years ago. Google it. I know because I was in it. 124 4 years ago. What's it at today? It's a third of the price higher. You know what's crazy about investing and like how it's all going to work out, how it's really going to happen over time now? So the real crumbling part is going to be earnings. See, there's this whole thing about, don't get margin called, right? And we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the chart and how it's actually showing a margin call right here at GameStop. Like, people don't know what I mean by that, and I'll explain it to you in a minute. We'll leave the chart up. Don't worry, I'm going to talk to you. Earnings are going to be the giveaway for like this whole market. Because the earnings, your current price point, all right, your current price point on the market, I'm talking about the whole market. Look at the pricing. I believe Delta's today, right? Delta earnings. It's some airlines are today. Delta Airlines is coming up. We're coming into earnings season. And as we get into earnings season, everyone's going to get evaluated. They're going to go, well, valuation for this company is X, Y, and Z. How the hell are those earnings going to show you a profit worth elevating the company 20%? You just lost 20% on every damn stock, right? We're in bear territory, correction territory. Just so that we're clear, officially correction territory is 49.15. So where is this at right now? 49.15. How far are we? We're 70 points away. So we're 70 points away. This looks like it's going to keep falling. Doesn't look like it could have this. Okay, we'll play your game. Here, I'll play your game. Here we go, SPX. Okay, so you have a downward. You have your support here at 49.10. We peaked into the bear correction territory down here, and then we bounced back up out of it. But okay, let's see. When we come to the break point right now, are we going to break down or up? I'll play your game, Wall Street. We'll watch it, okay? But anyway, I'm back to talking to you guys. All right, I'm not crazy because look at this shit. We saw this downward action, hit the roof, break past it. It's now your support. Don't worry. It's your support. GameStop's going up. I just want people to know that. I don't care what they announce, GameStop's going up. All right, just boom. Oh, by the way, the VIX. Marantz, how'd you know? I don't know, bro. I don't know what you've been told, but somebody's getting old. Look at this. Oh, God, Vic, volatility's coming. And don't let the headlines confuse you. I know the SPY's below 500, which is great. It needs to go all the way below 400. Remember, I said that. But they're like, oh, SPY, most volume. Remember we talked about volume? Remember I talked about it here? I talked about it on Friday. Volume came in at 217 million shares traded back and forth on the SPY. Most volume ever. Oh, in the last 5 years, 256 million. It's nothing. That's nothing. I called this action. I said it's going to have a dead cat bounce. Boom, it's going to act like it's doing great, and then it's going to burn off come Wednesday after hours, Thursday and Friday. Bitch, they're going to kill you guys. They're going to gut you if you're out here buying calls thinking this market's going to bounce. It's not going to bounce. My opinion, of course. I could be crazy. I could be wrong. No, whatever. 256 million shares. 256 million shares right there. Trade back and forth. Nothing. Volume for ants. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, the real volume, when it happens, you'll see it. It's going to be something like 500. It'll be double. It'll be 500. It'll be almost 800, depending on how bad it gets. Yeah, watch. Watch me. Danger. Man, don't worry. Anyway, it says... pumpers, Carvana, newly implemented tariffs on import automotives could price new cars out of reach for most buyers, putting more eyes on the lender and alternative market called Carvana. Good. You know what I want? I want people to buy more Carvana cars. Yeah, you see Delta Airlines went up. Is that what you said, Delta? Watch this. Is it Delta? Yeah, it was Delta, right? before the market today? Delta Airlines. Watch, I'm going to show you guys something. It went up. 6%. It went up. Is that what you said? It went up. Is that what you said? It went up. Hey guys, it was over here. It was at 69. Okay? It was at $70 a share. It went up? The hell are you talking about? Do you understand what I'm saying? Earnings are not going to give you the pop back, the step up to get back to where you were. You're never going to see 6,100 points again on a SPY. Not for another 7 years. Another 7 years, and you'll see the SPY over 6,000. You're not going to see it anymore. We're done with that bullshit. They have no choice. This ain't up, bros. Turn this shit upside down. I promise you, this is not up. Being here, 38% to $38, $40, that's not up. You lost it all, babe. You lost it all. You're now saying it's up at 6%. Think about it. You're saying it's up, but it's really down to what level? Where it was during the carry trade crossover from August 4th. Yeah, right here. This is where Japan upped their interest rates just 25 ticks. But yeah, there you go. Not crazy. Check this out. You're up. What is this? COVID? Is this COVID? You're below 2019, brother. You're never going to get there. Not going to happen. You might want to buy it here and hold it for another decade. You know what's going to be great? Is you're going to find some really nice, attractive companies to buy into. A lot of you. Me, I only buy GameStop. But I'm saying if I'm in GameStop, I have exposure to everything. I have exposure to Bitcoin. I have exposure to cash. The leverage of it itself, a current ratio that puts you in the realm of tech companies as 6.0. And then you see a company like GameStop and you go, okay, so they have the exposure and they have the cash. They have the optionality to do the things that I would want to do if I had more capital. I don't have more capital? Great. I don't need more capital. I'm invested with the company that has the capital. You know, the guys who are invested with Berkshire Hathaway for the last 40 years, they're tapped out, maxed out. They don't get any value back from that share in that stock unless they sell, right? They don't have to sell. They can leverage their position, which is fine, personally. But you let Warren Buffett do his magic. You let Warren Buffett do what he does. You let Ryan dance, guys. That's what you do. You go out there and say, hey, Ryan, I love what you're doing. You're the best guy for it. And that's it. So I want nothing to do with me trying to figure out what's the next investment. It's not going to happen that way, okay? I just want you to know. I was looking at something really quick. I apologize. And, yeah, okay, we're good. Sorry, guys. Somebody was... So, yeah, I'm going to let Ryan do what he does. Okay, I'll get back to my story and back to what we're doing here. That's why, Carvana. Let me talk about Carvana. My head. And guys, remember, I don't have a script. I just read the chat and then I go. So... Carvana. I want them to get every deal. I want Carvana to sell every car overinflated like they're doing, 6,000, 8,000 in between. That's how much money they're making on these markups. I don't think people understand. As a consumer, it's very concerning because why would I want to buy a vehicle from an online company that's gouging their customers 6,000 to 8,000? Why don't you guys understand this part? Well, a lot of people don't because in the car industry, a lot of people don't do their homework. They don't do their due diligence. You know, the craziest part about cars is back in the day, auto selling, you could hit someone over the head. That's what they call it in the finance world. Lady walks in, little old lady, she doesn't know anything, and she agrees to buy a vehicle that you actually got from auction for nothing. And you hit them over the head with it. You throw on all the bells and whistles on the backside, and yeah. So F&I made their money, the salesman made their money, and the little old lady with the 800 credit score walks out with what she wanted. That's it. And she's happy. And she feels all safe and cuddly inside because they said, ma'am, you're looking so young today. Oh, my God, beautiful. Hey, sunshine. Do all that. Yeah, okay, great. And these guys just made a killing. And then they smoke a cigarette after and they go bowling. Who knows? But I'm just telling you how it happens in this world. Well, guess what happened? Somewhere down this road, the last 10, 15 years, the internet got developed. And then you started talking to each other. Now you can't go to a dealership and hit them over the head because people don't know their credit score. People know the price of the car. People know all of this. So how do you as a company win? You have a relationship with a prime lender. subprime lender, Ally Bank. So when I start thinking about Carvana, I start thinking about deals that can't get done, distressed credit deals, deals with individuals that don't have good credit, deals with people who say, I can't even get a car. I've got to go get a secondary. We're not prime loaners, we're subprime. So here we are. We come in and we're getting deals at 15%. Interest rates are already high, buddy. If you had great credit, you're still going to get 7. But with me, I'm going to give you 12. And then you start talking, you go, okay, well, you know what? I just want a car because I want to ride. Sure, you want to ride. Well, guess what? Now I got tariffs coming in. So all these loans that are out right now in Carvana's name for all these cars they're selling, subprime lending, not lending and or auto deals, subprime auto deals, you really got to know how it's all going to play out. Just sit back and watch it. And why do I say Ally Bank? And because we already established this. Thanks to Hindenburg Research and doing all the homework that they did, I realized, oh my goodness, yeah, if they're going to call it Ally, then they need to know why. It's because on the board of directors with Carvana is Cerberus Capital. Cerberus Capital actually owns Ally Bank. Who is Cerberus? Dan Quayle, board of directors of them. Dan Quayle's on the board of directors of Carvana as well. So yes, the partnership goes hand in hand. If you have not watched Connect the Dots, please watch Connect the Dots. It is here on this channel on the playlist. You need to do your homework. But as far as how you should invest and who should manage your money and how it's all going down, me personally, I only dance with Ryan Cohen. Ryan Cohen is a stud. He looks phenomenal, Wendy. And when the music plays, you just start dancing. And a whole lot of truth. I see all the requests in the chat. It doesn't necessarily work out that way. Sometimes I can do the request. Sometimes I can't. I got my boy Hot this year requesting. I don't even know what. I'm nervous sometimes. Sometimes I see you guys request songs and I get nervous. I'm like, oh no. I had to go get a drink and eat some pineapple. That's what I had to do right now. And I'm happy and I'm awake. Hey, I want to tell you guys something, okay? There's something happening right now in Wall Street that you guys need to pay attention to. And I heard it in passing, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. That kind of makes sense, right? So there's this new thing going on, and it's with Walgreens. You guys know I called Walgreens bankruptcy like 2 to 3 years ago, and then it went bankrupt, and I was like, it's going bankrupt. And people were like, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. I know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So, Pure Marantz, you're going to love somebody. Thank you so much. Here's the deal about Walgreens. Can I pull it up real quick? I don't even know. Let me see. Walgreens. Not Walmart. Walgreens. Is it Walgreens Alliance? Is that what it is? Is it Walgreens Alliance? Yeah, right. At the weekly? Where's the minute chart? No, that ain't it. It ain't Walgreens Alliance. It's Walgreens. Walgreens. Is it the Walgreen Boots? Walgreen Boots. There we go. There we go. Daily. Now, where the hell is it already? Is it already under Why is it? Yeah, it got down to 7. This is it, Walgreens, right? I got to talk to myself. Hold on. Got down to 798. I want to make sure this is the track. Yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. All right. Let me see. Is that the weekly chart? Yeah, the daily. This is Walgreens. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it's. Oh, hold on. Let me see what I want to do. Hold on. I want to make sure I have this right because I know I saw it. And I don't want to give you the info until it's real. Okay, let me see what it says here. 12-month stock is hold. No. Let me see what it says here. It's down. What about year to date? Is it down? How much is it down year to date? 12. No, that's not it. Why did I want to talk about? Was it Walgreens? I could be wrong. I've seen that before. I'm not wrong. It is Walgreens. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking at it on a different screen. Give me 1 second, guys. It all makes sense right now, I promise. Can't get it wrong twice, Marantz. There we go. And look at the income. And let me see. Annual quarterly. Yep. And then that's BA. I don't want that one. I want it now. Hey. Not tomorrow. Right now. It's everything. I don't know why. I had Van Halen in my head like all week. I don't know why, but you guys probably don't know. Some of you guys are too young to know Van Halen, like one of the greatest groups of all time. Anyway, it was somebody had put out a headline, and I'm trying to find it right now as I talk to you. Let me see. Suspend. Let me see what it says here. I had read it in passing, and I wanted to talk about it and why it matters. It was about suspending guidance. Walgreens suspended guidance. That's what it was. And I'm trying to find if there's a headline. Walgreens. I heard about it. There we go. I found it. Oh, yeah, I was right. What do you know? All right. Whew. Dude, I was drowning there for a minute. I was like, is that really happening? Okay. So I knew I read about it. Walgreens withdrew 2025 guidance under the M&A deal with Sycamore Partners, right? You guys know that I'm not a fan of this. These guys actually show profits down 47%. I believe that's the headline, what it says, 47.5% on profits, and they suspended their guidance. Okay. Why would a company suspend their guidance? Anybody have any idea why? There's a couple of reasons why you suspend guidance. Just, did you see it? No, you can see it? Cool. So you suspend your guidance, guys, just so that we're clear, to protect yourself if you're a company, one. Two, if you're... I was wondering, like, why wouldn't companies give out guidance? And it's because they don't want to get sued, right? Like, Adam Aaron gets sued. He has, like, 7 lawsuits against him for AMC movie theaters. Why? Because he gave out guidance. And his guidance is actually not true, right? Like, it's fake, it's misleading, it's false. And you'll see companies, and then you also see analysts. Companies and individual analysts can get sued when they give out guidance, often stemming from allegations and securities fraud, right? That's what they'll say, like in quotes. But to give out statements and guidance and timelines, you can get sued. So this is why analysts don't cover things. And I was like, wait a minute, that explains GameStop. GameStop was this company that only the few, the proud, us, actually understood what's actually happened with the company. And they don't want to give out guidance because they don't want to get sued for it. It's like low-hanging fruit in a way. They're ambulance chasers. People will sue you. How many lawyers have I had to call, guys? I've called the lawyers dead on this channel. Hey, what's going on? Oh, we're just trying to sue. I'm like, what? Guys, don't worry. It's all on the channel somewhere if you watch. But the SEC sued Andrew Left and Citron Research because if you saw, he had misleading comments about GameStop, about other stocks. Well, he's an analyst. He's a stock analyst. So when they're giving you price targets and they're giving you this advice, like that's why I'm really skeptical on Wedbush. Why hasn't Wedbush been charged with securities fraud or manipulation of the market itself? Because the analyst, Michael Packer, has been wrong for the last 6 years. Every day. I mean, this guy's been wrong since 2013 about GameStop. But he's definitely wrong right now. And they try to hide it. They try to do word salad. And I've looked at all these companies. Supermicro Computer's been sued for securities fraud. Walgreens was absolutely sued. I know AMC's been sued. I know Target's been sued. Canopy Growth. All these guys have been sued. So if they're all getting sued by their investors for misleading information, this is why I love GameStop so much, because GameStop doesn't give out any guidance. It's like protecting themselves from, can you imagine the damage that it could do to your reputation? Like right now, I want to slap the shit. No, I shouldn't say slap because I don't want to do any physical harm to anyone. So I apologize. I misspoke. Yes, I'm sorry for saying that. I won't preface it that way. I want to shake the shit out of someone. Okay? And that would be online personality. Oh, I got to give you the background because I forget that some of you guys have not been here with me for all these years. Here's the background. I started YouTube years ago, eons and eons ago, almost 4 years ago now. And I started doing Twitter Spaces calls. Twitter Spaces calls are like a big-ass phone party. I don't know if you remember, you could be on those party chat lines, phone chat line. Growing up back in the day, you get on a phone, and you would call a number, and you would charge you per hour, and you'd be in there talking to people you don't know where they're from. Where you from, girl? Oh, I'm from Rialto. Oh, you're only up the block. Like an hour and a half away. Yeah, no, I'm from Idaho. I'm from Boise. Yeah, no, oh, where you from? I'm from Cincinnati. That's how we do. We real thugs out here. Okay. Anyway, that's part of the chat line, right? So Twitter does the same thing, except Twitter has bullies. All these Twitter bullies. Oh, my God, they just so mean. And so there's these Spaces calls that you can do on Twitter. Twitter Spaces is Ventrilo 2025. Hotkey it, bro. It was a hotkey. Man, I loved Vent. Oh, we had Vent. If you've never owned your own Vent server, you're not a real gamer. I'm just going to tell you that now. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. If you think you're a gamer and you've never had a Ventrilo server, your own, don't talk to me. Hi, real gamers. Only the real ones. So anyway, what's Ventrilo? Is that like ventriloquist? You put your hand up the puppet and you talk? No. Anyway, of course I had a Vent server. Told you. We all did. Hey, multiple. So, not TeamSpeak. What the heck? What is this? There you go. I used to go on Vent servers in high school. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, no. So, here's the truth about... What the hell was that? Oh, man. Oh, shit. It felt like a body. Felt like my foot touched the body. Oh, my God. It was my shoe. Oh, my shoes are soft. I don't know how to put it that way. Anyway, so gaming back in the day or communicating back in the day with anything you want to do, like just in general, this is the way, and I know I'm telling you a story about some stuff, but when you're looking at how you can get in trouble or people giving out misinformation and stock analysts like really coming to grips, and I don't know what story I was going on with it, so I'm going to start back over. But me personally, back in the 2000s with these phone calls, we were out there doing like group messaging, whatever, hanging out in the same circles. So when I got to Twitter and I found out that they were doing Spaces calls, and I was like, oh my goodness, a space call. Everyone's in this damn thing. You can talk, you raise your hand, they'll pull you up and you get to speak. Well, there's bullies in there because they don't let you speak. And if you start talking, then they mute you. If you say something they don't want to hear, they mute you. Can you imagine me? I walked into these Spaces calls that were pro AMC or that were pro GameStop too, but they were never a lot. There was never a lot of people in GameStop calls. It was always AMC calls. We're in this together, AMC and GameStop. We're going to fight the shorts. We're going to kill. And I was just like, well, they control the narrative and they're holding court. And I was like, this is crazy. But you can only speak, right? You can't, there's no visual. It's just speaking. So there was this call. And the person at the helm of the call was a young lady by the name of Tara Bull. Yeah, Tara. T-A-R-A. T-A-R-A. Tara. Last name Bull. But she was terrible. It was Sweet Valley High talking. And everyone in there was just patting each other on the back and saying Adam Aron's the greatest, CEO ever. He's a silverback. He's this, he's that. This was really happening. And I walked into those phone calls like traumatized. Like I was just like, are these people serious? And it's hard to hold back. You finally get the mic and they go, okay, we got Marantz. Marantz, what do you want to say? And I'm like, oh, you guys are effing idiots. What the hell are you talking about? This guy's a criminal. Rah, 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 rah. And then they just mute you and block you and throw you home, and you never come back. You're like, oh. So I didn't do that at first. I walked in and I was like, hey, guys, I just want to tell you why I hold and what I hold. And I started talking. And I started talking about GameStop. And I had like a really good flow to it. Right away, they noticed. Like, whoa, who's this guy? Because nobody really talks this way. I'm sorry. If you're going to talk about GameStop and you're going to talk to people live on the spot, you better learn how to rap. That's what they call it. You better learn how to spit. Because if you can't talk about a subject for more than 30 seconds without going, maybe, it's the worst. You're sitting in a Spaces call with somebody who's not speaking the correct way. Like, what the hell's going on here? So you can imagine what these Spaces calls sound like. Now, if you ever want to know, Google AMC Safe Space on my channel. I held a lot of Spaces calls. And when I would talk to these people, they were god-awful. God-awful. I just, can I say something? Sure, go. Well, when my mom bought me a toothbrush, it was crazy, the conversations they would have. So anyway, back to the story. And I'll let the chart play as I tell you the story. Nobody wants to see me up close. Suspended guidance, by the way, Walgreens. Yeah, because they're giving out some deal that shouldn't even be happening. Oh, I can't wait till this all goes down. Oh, it's all coming down, trust me. I can't wait till after hours today. It's all going to happen. All right, so anyway, back to the story. Look at that. Wow, perfect. Oh, I'm not even moving the lines. Oh, just going to leave it there. Oh, it happened so perfect. Makes me feel giddy inside. I'm like, yeah. Okay, anyway. Terrible. Heard me talk, and she goes, hey, Marantz. She hits me up in the DMs, by the way. Now, this is my old Twitter account, Marantz Rantz, the one that got blocked and banned for a lifetime, right? And I'll never know why, because I didn't do anything. Somebody reported my account and said some stuff about me, but it doesn't matter. It was some AMC investors. It's fine. We all know the battle, the struggle. So Tara goes, hey, Marantz, if you ever want to be a co-host on my show, I do a Twitter Spaces call every day in the Power Hour. And I was like, cool. She's like, come in. You can be the motivational speaker. You can get people riled up and want to invest and want to go and want to invest more, I know you don't like AMC, but, AMC, GameStop, we're together. We're the same. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So you're clueless. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I would go back. And then I was like, yo, Tara got invited onto Fox and MSNBC with Trey Trades and Matthew Kors. She got onto the show. Onto news. Tara Bow. I said, wow. I mean, she must have some real good stance and info to pass to the world. Be extremely educated, right? I mean, she has to be. And I find out she's an OnlyFans girl. And all she did was farm the AMC community for subscriptions to her OnlyFans. This is a true story. This is not a lie. So I was like, what? And then all the other OnlyFans girls start coming around, simping off AMC simps. Oh, they're everywhere. These dudes? These Bed Bath & Beyond investors, you guys who have nothing? Yeah, so you wonder, you're like, why the hell are these people cruising over here again? Hanging out? So Tara comes around. And it's right around the time that AMC starts launching Project Popcorn. Now, for those of you that are not well versed in AMC language, Project Popcorn is not like a thing we made up. Project Popcorn is the actual name of the operation launched by JP Morgan and AMC together. So, this was filed in court documents. How did we find all this out? Well, Adam Aron's an idiot. But Project Popcorn is how they were going to launch the additional preferred equity units that were derived from senior shares, Class A versus Class B, and common shares. But they're Class A shares, preferred shares. Is that what it's called now? I can't remember back in the day what I called it, but it was preferred shares. They took 10 million preferred shares and converted them into 1 billion common shares. It was a 100 to 1, wasn't it? Something like that. 100 to 1 for every share of preferred shares. Don't worry. They filed a proxy, voted to replenish their preferred shares after the reverse stock split with no dilution to the whole of the company, which is phenomenal to me, if you ask me. I'll leave it there. Like, it makes me smile when I hear it. It's just like, are you serious? Anyway, these guys are more dumb than they look. AMC investors. But terrible. Helped manipulate people with the cleavage and OnlyFans and everything. And it was to a point where I just called it out. And I was live on a chat one day on these Twitter Spaces calls, and I said, well, you guys are all idiots anyway. You're buying into Adam Aron's bullshit, and there's only one true investment. It's GameStop. And these guys cut me off, and I never went back. I never went back. I didn't care to go back. I burned every bridge within that. I only did it like 3 times, and I was like, I'm done with these people. I knew they were plants. You know how you know they're plants? Because they wake up one day and they don't even talk about the subject or the product anymore. It's done. They went on to another thing. Anybody ever ask your boy, that guy, the idiot, I forget his name. You guys will know his name. He talks about Zoometica. Zoometica in 6 months is going to be the greatest company ever. Blah, blah, blah. In 6 months, down like 90%, 99%. And then that guy goes on to the next one. Froggy Stocks, is that his name? Not to be confused with Froggy Styles or whatever. Marantz, you're this, you're that. Marantz. What I am is I'm right. And what you are is wrong. That's what I am. Check out how right I am about this. Look at this. We found it. We found it right here. Check out GameStop. I can see it. Right there. There's your support. There you go. Watch magic happen. Watch the magic happen. Anyway. So, I was telling you this story for a reason. Froggy Spencer, you guys know. She scrubbed her adult stuff off the internet. Yeah, I know. And it's too bad. It's too bad for people not to know the truth. But I'll never forget, right? And they helped promote and pump these misinformation investments. And I'll never forgive them for it. Pumping out misinformation, using Twitter, using Spaces calls, using the internet as a weapon is something that the short hedge fund, no. The private equity firms have done for a long time. You know, King Griffin puts his hands up. He's like, hey, I'm a market maker. What the hell are these guys mad at me for? You know who's short on the stock, guys? Like, who's short on this market? Canada. I've told you this. Canada's extremely short on GameStop. But you know what's even more short? Their equity. This market, and this value for GameStop, it's not allowed to go above 24, 25. It's not allowed to break out of this diamond, this triangle here. They don't have the collateral anymore. They lost all of this They lost 1,000 points versus a position like GameStop. How the hell are you going to get it? How are you going to fight against it? I don't think GameStop can run right now. It can't go up as they keep pushing down. I think they're doubling down on their short, my personal opinion, but it's not going to matter. There's another opinion. It's not going to matter. GameStop's going to run, guys. And when it does, it's going to be like Tesla. It's going to be a run that everyone sees, and everyone's going to have to get on the other side of it. You might not affect the VIX, because it's just a $30 billion company at this moment. But I envision GameStop being something much more. I envision GameStop taking their $1.5 billion set aside for Bitcoin, buying it at 40, buying it at 50, whatever it is, doubling that money, getting $3 billion out of it, and then the world saying, you know what? Maybe we should be like GameStop. Because if you doubled the money invested, you wouldn't even have to sell your Bitcoin. You leverage against it, and you do it again. And you do it again, and you do it again, until you're in a position that you can leverage your cash 10 to 1 like most companies. And if you leverage your cash 10 to 1 and you're sitting there with $10 billion, then maybe you just have $100 billion company. And you as a shareholder, maybe your shares are worth $220 a share. Or 200. We'll just call it that. GameStop's a $200 a share dollar company. Oh, okay, cool. Is that where we start? At what price point do you think GameStop would break Wall Street? 0. GameStop's not going to break the world. It's the best realization I ever come to over these last 4 years. I used to say GameStop's the financial pin to the rest of the wealthy and the healthy and the life and whatever. And you know what I found out? It was like the manipulation of me and the way I view the investment. The manipulation was that $30 billion market cap when GameStop was trading at $400 a share. Almost 500, 483 at that time. $30 billion was going to ruin the world? No. It's going to ruin you. It's going to crumble you, private equity. It wasn't going to crumble anyone else. It's going to crumble the people who bet on the downside of this play. See, somebody lied to Gabe Plotkin. Somebody lied to Michael Jordan. Somebody said, I know a sure thing. I know a for sure win, GameStop. Why? Because it's going bankrupt because private equity's in it. That's how it was played. And they're wrong, so they're going to lose. Okay, got it. But they're doing $1 trillion swings today. You're going to see $1 trillion come off this market again. And we'll just sit here and watch GameStop break through this triangle. Don't worry. It's a bullish pennant. We're good. I know. I just know. But, Marantz, you could make some money off that then. You could have day traded that. You could have bought some calls right now, trade them, swim, blah, blah, blah. For what? So you can sit there and say you made money? Fuck. I make money every day. I don't need to play your game. Don't worry, it's going up right here. Okay? It's going up. Wall Street, prove me wrong right now. Knock it down. It's the best part is that I woke up early and went live early so I can just talk and talk and talk. And guess what? You got nothing to do. I think you should get a timeout. You call Michael Jordan the GOAT? That's a fucking one of the worst takes ever basketball history. Michael Jordan being the GOAT. Ugh. What a lie. See? There's private equity lying to you. You know, in basketball, bro, just so that we're clear, I know you think Rico knows. Right? Rico knows because my brother is a sports guru. Well, you think I just like don't know shit about sports? Come on, man. The rings? Robert Horry has more rings. Derek Fisher has as many rings as Kobe Bryant. Does that mean he's good? Yeah, don't worry. Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan couldn't win anything. He can score all he wants. He can score all the points in the world. That doesn't mean shit. He couldn't win anything. He needed Horace Grant. He needed Scottie Pippen. You need a power forward. You need a power forward to go in there and rebound the ball and dominate on defense, and that's Horace Grant. Want to know how good Horace Grant was? Took the Bulls to 3 championships. Jordan retires. Who cares? Horace Grant goes to Orlando Magic. Guess what happens at Orlando Magic? Yeah. Penny, Shaq, Horace Grant. That's what happens. And they go to the championship. And I get it. Shaq gets beat by Hakeem the Dream, who is the nightmare that he is. Hakeem was just as dominant as Jordan was for years. Gets no credit for it. Hakeem should be in the conversations for one of the greatest centers of all time, which he is. But they shouldn't be telling me that Jordan's this overall bearing power. You know what Jordan couldn't do? Couldn't win again. He did lose in 95. And then in 96, he got one of the best power forwards again. They'd upgraded from Horace Grant. They went to Dennis Rodman, who in turn was the power forward that led the Pistons to 2 championships. Funny that the Chicago Bulls went to the Eastern Conference Championship in 94 without Jordan. We just lost the GOAT. They still went to the championship game. You guys got to stop reading the bullshit. Jordan played 13 years with the Bulls or whatever he did at that time frame, and it wasn't anything great. I mean, yeah, he scored a lot of points. He had to score the points, right? What, do you think he's the best player ever? That's blasphemy. You know why Kobe's career went sideways? Because, one, Kobe was benched for 3 years when he was 18. They didn't just cut him loose like they could have. Because they were dealing with Del Harris and old school coaching ways. That's what happened with Kobe. Then Kobe got tried in the public world as far as rape. Kobe got cheated out of like 3 MVPs that he could have had. He was carrying teams. He was playing with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown. You're crazy, kid. And he didn't switch teams. And he just worked it out. I saw it with my own eyes. Physically saw it with my own eyes. You're out of your mind. I like Kareem as the GOAT. That's good too. Just letting you know. Wasn't just points. He played defense too. This is crazy talk right now. You know what? Whenever I hear like who's the greatest point guard of all time, and right away people are Magic, Steph, John Stockton. That's the greatest point guard of all time. Shooting guard, I'll take Kobe. Got it all. That's who I'll take. You can stay with Jordan all you want. We're green. Of course we're green, bro. Of course we broke out the way I said we would. I literally, look at that. I draw it for you. Like, I just do it for you. I don't know what to tell you. You know, do I need to charge you $500 in a Discord to say this is when to take profits, this is when to buy in, this is what to do? Do I need to do all that? I draw this every day. I draw these lines. On the minute chart, I just won. I just won the championship on the minute chart. Let's see, on the hour chart. Ooh, I could do it too right there. Oh, yeah, we're breaking out tomorrow. or today after hours. Look at that on the daily chart. I'm still winning. Remember, I drew these lines months ago. Look at this. Whew, God, we're looking great. Yeah, I'm still winning. Give me my bag of Doritos. These kids. We're going to break out. Get here and break out. Bro, I will see you in 2026. Don't worry. It's going to be massive. I hope you listen. You have a year. Hello, Mr. George. You know the new guy? You have a year. Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever lose $500 million against GameStop. Absolutely. But Curry is the best point guard ever. You know, Curry is great, but Curry is not John Stockton. I'm sorry to tell it to you. I know you guys love a guy who can shoot threes all damn day. Best shooter of all time, never worked. Not John Stockton. John Stockton's a badass man. Career leader in steals and assists, and those records will never be broken. Never. It's not even close, bro. Might have taken down Jordan, but Magic Johnson's the greatest enemy. His greater enemy. Yes. Yes, man, Tats, he is. Magic Johnson is private equity. He's partnering up with Apollo. Stockton was a true point guard. That's my point, man. He ran the show. He had a three-pointer the other night. Yeah, exactly. I know. Karl Malone was a monster also. Imagine if he never got the 13-year-old break. Oh, you guys are too much. Karl Malone belongs in prison. Yes, I agree. And just like, what's his name? Like, my wife hates Morgan Freeman. Like, I watch a movie, and she hears Morgan Freeman's voice, and she goes, turn it off. And I go, oh, you're right. Because I love Morgan Freeman as an actor. I think he has good movies. But my wife hates him. And if you don't know why, you guys should know what's up. Yeah, Malone was LeBron before LeBron. I don't know if there's ever was a LeBron before LeBron. I don't like LeBron. The minute he starts telling P. Diddy ain't no party like a Diddy party, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Oil prices down, guys, down to $56 a barrel. I told you when oil and gold are dropping at the same time, you should be very aware. But yeah, oil's down. And, well, gold went back up in the middle of the night. Gold was down to $2,900 yesterday. It's back to $31 today. It actually increased $116. Oh, man. $116 on gold increased in one day. Crazy. Crazy pump on gold. Bitcoin's still flirting down there in the 70s, which I don't have a problem with. That's where I want it. I'm not a fan. Oh, we're going to talk. Oh, God, how could I forget? Okay, GameStop. Let's talk about GameStop. Let's talk about like the real stuff here on GameStop. Let me get the chart up really quick. Let me put you back on the minute. We'll go from there. Oh, look at Marantz. He's so right. Oh, God. God, he was right. Have you guys ever met that guy, Marantz? He's like really good at like TA. He knows like what's about to happen. He goes, oh, yeah, it's going to pop out here. Boom. Okay, anyway. The new update headline, just so that we're clear. Oh, 6'8", 270, muscle. Sure. If Magic doesn't allegedly get AIDS, he would have smoked all the PG records, guaranteed no comp. I don't think, it's an opinion of mine. I just don't think it's true. Like, I remember being there. I was with my dad, and we were watching TV, and they said he come out, but I just don't think it's true. I think that he signed a 25 deal for $25 million? I don't know what the hell he signed, a Buy Bonilla type contract, but he was paid millions of dollars, and I think private equity came in and said, hey, listen, man, why even playing? You know we can just do business, and you're going to make billions. Make way more money not playing. You ever heard those guys who are in the military and they're like really high ranking, they're doing well, and someone from the private sector comes in and goes, hey, man, you know, the job you're doing here in the military, we'll give you $250,000 private sector. Just go do this. I think I think he was like, yo, you don't have to play basketball for $12 million. No, for a couple $1,000,000, you're sweating and crying. You could be doing this for nothing. I think that's what it's just me personally. I've seen a lot of fake things in my life. I've seen a lot of orchestrated things. Okay? Give you an example. The moon landing, completely fake. All right? You're welcome, Dan. But the moon landing, 100% fake. There is no way on God's green earth that we landed on the moon. Anyone that tells you we did is a damn plant, because that technology doesn't exist today. Overmore, you just cannot, you can imagine that we are 60 years removed from the time frame. 60 years ago, 62 years ago, whatever it was, 63 years ago, JFK said, we're going to land on the moon. Okay, well, guess what? 60 years later, all the technology in the world, and we can't do shit. Nothing. So don't tell me that we landed on the moon and then we took back off and got home. Never, ever, ever tell me this stuff. I don't want to hear it. It was orchestrated from the government to manipulate and hold you where you are. This is an accomplishment. We're glorious. The Vietnam War is a travesty. It's falling apart. We just had 60,000 Americans die. Your kids and children that we drafted and we took. We had a pledge from a president that was promising something to you that was never going to happen. No other country's even been close to leaving the atmosphere. So how the hell did we get there and back? No one can do it. It's not even possible. We did not land on the moon. And there's so many people that could tell you to you a different way. You know, the amount of technology that I have in my cell phone right now is more computer, this has more technology than that damn space shuttle did in the 60s. I guarantee it does. This is Bluetooth, this is wireless, Wi-Fi, and it computes faster than anything you've ever seen in your life, and it can look up websites from another whole goddamn world, and you could live stream here in color and sound. No, do not tell me that they did better than that. It's not even possible. First time we're going to the moon is GameStop the damn stock. That's the truth. But I've seen people get lied to time and time again. The moon hoax is just as bad as COVID hoax, I guess. Maybe I'm not allowed to say it that way because there was this damn, I would say the vaccine, how fast they got a vaccine to you was even worse. They wanted to put it in your body, but whatever. But the moon is not real. We didn't land there. Moon is real, but we didn't land there and we didn't get back. I don't care what they tell me. I lived 9/11. I lived it. I pledged for it. I had joined the military in July of 2021, before 9/11. I had gone down to MEPS, pissed in a cup, sworn into my country, protected against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I was 18 years old. I think I was 18. I was 18. And 9/11 happened. And at the time 9/11 happened, I was told that it was weapons of mass destruction, it was Al-Qaeda, it was hijacked airplanes, and it was the Taliban, and you can't trust anyone at an airport for the rest of your life. I was told that there were multiple targets and that they were crashing planes into buildings. And those buildings were crumbling and crashing because of the weight of a plane. And the impact and the heat. And then you had buildings outside of the damage zone crumble and demolition style falls. Free fall, demolition fall. I was too naive to know about the insurance. I was too naive to know about the puts against the market and the airlines and the billions of dollars of an orchestrated event. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that 9/11 was going to be the propelling act of the financial reset from the dot-com bubble. You had a dot-com bubble. The market exploded. Everybody lost trillions of dollars of market cap. And the result was, let's go ahead and destroy some buildings, manufacture an outcome, manipulate an outcome onto the people. Collateral damage doesn't matter. Thousands of people dying doesn't matter. Certainly not if you're Howard Lutnick and you get the phone call and you don't go to work. Howard Lutnick, whom is on the Trump's administration cabinet as the Commerce, the Secretary of Commerce. The manipulation of the market, the manipulation of the people, I've seen it done before. For financial gain, sure. But I saw what happened with the United States of America and the moon landing. I saw what happened with the new COVID, sickness that came out. I saw what happened when they tried to pump SARS into the market and bird flu. I've seen every fear tactic given to you and force-fed down your throat. The original manipulation was that there of the Titanic. The Titanic ship that had a sister ship mimicked and built in its same image and likeliness just a year before, that allegedly crashed but did not sink. The myth in the story is that that ship is the one that set sail and not the real Titanic. They put 3 people on that ship. Guggenheim was one of them. And 2 other people that were very rich that were opposed to the building of the Fed, the Federal Reserve. And when they put them on that ship, allegedly, J.P. Morgan himself, in 1914, April 14th, 1912, I believe, April 14th. I forget the date. It's tax day, though, April 14th for sure. Set sail, put him on a ship that he canceled his ticket to get onto at the last minute. Guess who had the insurance policy on the Titanic? J.P. Morgan. If they put a damaged ship out there, old bait and switch, because they couldn't get insurance on the damaged ship, now they got it on the Titanic, allegedly mimicked the same ship. And they set it for sale, and it crashed and burned. And the story is they hit an iceberg. Good story. The unsinkable ship sank on its first voyage. But so did the rich man that opposed building the Fed. 1 year later, the Federal Reserve was built. And J.P. Morgan became the strongest, most influential banker of our lifetime. I have seen things manipulated. I have seen things pulled over my eyes. I won't allow it. You can tell me that Nvidia is a $3 trillion company. You can tell me that Mullen Automotive is just trying to make do. You can tell me that private equity is just a way of investing into a company. But I will uncover every dead body. I will connect every fucking dot. And I will show you. I will prove to you they're lying. You can steal an election. You can shoot a president. You can come with every excuse you want to come up with to sensationalize news. I buy GameStop. I buy the one thing you want. The one thing you want me to forget about. Well, do me a favor. Forget about me. Forget about Marantz Rantz. Forget about all the info we give. Just sit back. Smoke a little something. Drink a little something. I don't smoke. I barely drink. But just remember what it is. I thank you guys again. I could be here all day, but I want to eat. I want to get up on time. Wifey out here trying to ruin my life with all this food she made. She made homemade cinnamon rolls. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And I just rolled up on them. That's it. I got to find a song to play on the way out the door, but it is Spanish Wednesday, so I'm going to keep the vibes going with Spanish Wednesday, but it's an actual really good song, I guess. And I'll get at you guys. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. This one shout out to all my people out there that like all that Mark Anthony music. Get at me. Peace. I really do. Hello? 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 Let's go. Hello?
I can't contain it. No, I can't restrain it. It's a lot of stars in here, ain't it? But you shine so much they don't seem famous. Where you come from on this lonely night? I swear God must have made lightning strike and I bottled it up. You hit the red carpet and modeled it up. We hopped in the Rari and throttled it up. Now everybody clapping, they bravoed it up. All just because it's more than a buzz, more than a drink. But I took a few sips and let it do what it does. Now I'm drunk texting like it's all about you. Like I can't spend another minute without you. You know that drink let you say things you ain't allowed to. Things that you feel but you're way too proud to say out loud. Cause gon' clown you. Put your black baby down. People is around you. I put my Mac baby down. I ain't tryna hound you. Just tryna take you where the stars gon' surround you. And maybe ice down you. And maybe white gown you. And maybe we should talk about all this after I found you. You know I'm just playing with you. I know a lot of people mad cause they ain't with you. Wait, is it because we on the moon? Tell them say that hey, we'll be home soon.
Listen, this pump right here is not our pump. They're going to dump the shit out of this whole market this afternoon. You guys think I'm joking? I can see it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's halfway in the week. I've been here before. Give it 5 more hours. Give it 5 more hours. As this market finds its bottom, which it's not at yet, we'll find out when he turns back on the tariffs, when he turns back on the heat. You feel the real pain. China can pay whatever they want to pay for imports and vice versa. Maybe we don't deal with each other anymore, but they're going to find a way to go around themselves. They're going to go through Vietnam. They're going to go through other ports to get their goods into the U.S. and sell them for X amount of dollars. We're not dumb to this, and they shouldn't be. So taking it off, letting the gas off, pumping the market back up just to pump it back out, you can't fool me. I'm letting you know now. You just lost 20% of everything in America off of a tweet. And you sure as hell ain't getting back 20%. I'm telling you now, you're not pumping that high. I don't care how high these things they think they can go. They're not going to 610. So I'll sit back. This is going to kick your ass, Wall Street. Certainly if you were playing this week, which I won't ever play. We'll see how it all works out. But either way, I don't... Check this out. I almost forgot. For those of you that are still here, welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I want to give you an update on my boy Almo. You know, I want to touch it on it because I was hearing the lyrics right there and they remind me of my boy, you know. Talked to Almo every night for the last 4 years. Every night. And I hadn't heard from him for like 3 nights. So that was weird. And I was like, man, you ever have those friends that only talk to you when you call them? That plays in my head a lot. Like my whole life. Like, does someone care enough to call me versus me always calling them? And I never want to be on one side of that conversation. It matters to me. If someone matters to you, you should take the time to call them and vice versa. Because like the song at the beginning of the show, you know, Cody Johnson's song where he's like, you know, it's you're going to make the call until you can't, right? School. Went to basic training, and he is now graduating. He is graduating from basic training, going to go to AIT and everything. And, you know, and I'm happy for him. Like, you know, it's one of those things. And almost right there, he goes, man, I got to spend this money, and I got to go to this graduation. He's not mad about going to graduation. Trust me, he's not. It's just he's deciding, and I'm sorry I'm putting your business out there, but it's a good lesson for people to learn. He's deciding whether or not he should use money because this event, and he's saying to himself, man, I could be buying more GameStop. I could be doing that. You know what? Let me tell you guys something. That's a healthy decision. That's a healthy conversation to have. Should I? If you're on the fence about spending money, you're already doing it the right way. You ever go shopping and just put shit in the cart, and then on your way to the checkout, you're like, I don't even really need this. No. All right. All I really needed was these 2 things anyway. Okay, I'll just buy this. Happens all the time, or it should if you're thinking about it. When you're not thinking about it, you just splash in the basket. You're just going, throw that shit in there. Oh, yeah, we don't know what we're buying. I see it every day, believe it or not. I'm just like, dude, these people don't care about their money. They don't respect their money. Almo respects his money. Almo, me to you, father to father. I'm going to tell you something, man. Go to that graduation. I don't care what it costs. And I don't care. Like, I know there's other people going, you're paying and stuff. I don't care. It's a moment in his life. I don't want to say your son's name either, out of respect. But it's a moment in their lives that they'll always remember. I have a teacher, Almo. I was a senior in high school, and I had moved out of my home, my dad's home, when I was 16 years old. And I worked 2 jobs, and I was grinding, and I was trying to graduate. And I knew I wanted to go to school. I knew I had the grades to go to school. I had the ability to play sports, all this stuff, but nobody was backing me. And I had a teacher who actually bought me my cap and gown because I couldn't afford it. I have a twin brother who got a brand new car paid for by my folks, who had the life, who had everything in front of him and catered to. Boom. Me, I'm out here struggling. I got it. Graduation comes. Our names are said next to each other. One kid is cheered for, one guy's not. One kid gets to go to grad night and go to Disneyland and do the trips with all the school and everything. One kid couldn't buy the ticket or afford it. I fast forward and I think about it all the time. I joined the military. When I joined the Army, none of my brothers and sisters were in it yet. Mind you, there's all of us. We're all in that bitch. Then you guys know the track record. My brother, first sergeant, 20 years, retired. My sister, first sergeant, 20 years, retired. My older brother, war veteran. I don't know. Humvee got blown up. I don't know. He got a plate in his head. I don't know. He done some stuff. He was at Fort Knox, or whatever. He was deployed plenty of times. So we're all deployed at one. All 4 of us were deployed at one point. So check this shit out, though. Basic training ammo. I went to OSAT. It's called One Station Unit Training. That means my basic and my AIT are combined in one unit because I was an MP. It's 19 weeks in one spot. Do you know who went to my graduation? Nobody. My sister joins. My sister goes. You know who went to her graduation? My parents. Rico joins the military. Rico goes to his graduation. You know who went? My dad. It's something that sticks with you. It lives with you. It eats you every day. I don't care. My pops watches this show. I'll tell him straight to his face. Pops, dang, you never went to my graduation. You didn't share my high school graduation. You didn't go to my military graduation. It's okay. I did okay. My dad and I have hashed it out. We talked it out. We're adults about shit, but I'll tell you what, man. Your son loves you. Your son's respectful. There's no hard feelings. It's none of that going on. He just wanted to go do something. Support the man. Show up. Be there. And don't worry about the money you spend. That's one. Now, I know all the other shit you got going on. Oh, dog sitting and he almost going on vacation. He's got to find somebody to watch his dog. He's got a wedding to go to. He's got this thing going on. Yeah, I almost sold all his Palantir stock to pay for this. He didn't sell GameStop. What I'm telling you, his dilemma and his stress moment is he's spending all this money and all he's thinking about is I could be paying and I could be buying more GameStop. And I know a lot of you guys do that. I did it last year. Remember when I went to Vegas for damn 10 days? That shit cost me $5,000 essentially. I took my whole bonus and I went there, and this is what I told my wife. We haven't spent money in 3 years because I've just been bought the house, buying GameStop, not spending any money. I said, Mama, room service, don't care what it costs, clubbing, out, dinners, I don't care. I'm going to get it out of my system right now because I want to buckle down for the next 2 years or even longer. And I'm buckled right now. You guys saw me. I put a buy order in yesterday for 11 shares. It's a lot of money to me. $250, $260. I'm in. And I just keep going. I keep buying. I bought it at $23. It's 25 right now. Whatever it is right now as we're talking. 24 something. 25.13, even better. But I'm up. I'm up and I'm okay. But I have more time. I have more time. I have the rest of my life. I'm enjoying myself, but I'm not overextending myself. And in addition to that, the things that you find enjoyment. You know, somebody tried to give me some advice yesterday. He said, Marantz, he said, yo, just remember that when you make all this money from the stock market and your investments and everything you do, because you're going to make it. You're going to be amazing. Whatever you have in it right now is going to be infinitely more than what it will be when you finally cash out. All of you, myself included, I know I'm going to be fine. And I told myself, if it's at $25,000 a day, $26,000, where am I going? Am I going to $200,000? Guys, $200,000 cash in my bank? What the fuck? I'm living a different life for the rest of my life. I've got a cushion for 10 years that I'll never damage. No one will ever have to, strong arm me for credit. No one will ever have to, no one's going to take advantage of me. I'll make so much more money because I'll have this cushion protecting me. You don't need much to feel like this multimillionaire. You don't. But let's just say you do get to cash out at large numbers. The biggest part of it, just so that we're clear, is that when it's all said and done, they say, Marantz, I hope you get to enjoy that money. And what no one really understands, I enjoy this. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy talking and I enjoy hanging out. I enjoy playing video games. I enjoy living a very minimalist life. There is no joy in me spending money just because I have it. It's not a good feeling for me. Every time I spend $1, I feel like I'm taking it from my kids. I want to give them everything. I want my kids to be able to sit back and go, you know what, Dad? I want to buy this house. And I'm able to go, let's do it. Let me go ahead and help you out. Let me get you the down payment. Let's see what we can do. I'll buy it. You live in it, whatever. You can pay me the mortgage. No, I'm gonna do the best I can for my kids. Right? I'm not gonna take advantage of anything around me. I'm just telling you, that's who I live for. So, Elmo, you live for your boy. You live for your wife. If this is gonna make them happy at the moment, whatever you guys got going on, all these trips, it's just one moment in time. You have plenty of time to buy GameStop. Maybe you won't buy it at 25. you'll never see it again at 10 and 13 like we did a year ago. But a lot's changed in a year, and a lot will change next year and the year after and the year after. One thing that's never going to change, your relationship with God and your relationship with your kids should never change. Forever growing, forever powerful. Keep it going. Have faith. I got faith in you, faith in what's happening. I just want you guys to know there are struggles out here. We got to talk them out. I talked it out with Damo last night for at least an hour. Okay? And we got it out. He texted me this morning. He said, thank you for calling, whatever. But I want to let you know he's a friend. I'm a friend. I don't need him to call me to tell me his issues. I need to go ahead and call him and let him get them out and vent. That's it. Get it out. Love you guys so much. This is an amazing investment. As you can see, GameStop's up and to the right like it always is. But I just want to say thanks again, guys. And whenever you forget where we're really coming from, right? There's always a song out there that you guys want to play again, so you know where you're starting at, you know where you're headed, and you know why we do it. It's not Welcome to Marantz Rantz, even though that is the #1 song on YouTube. Welcome to Marantz Rantz is my theme song for the channel. But there's a song called Welcome to Forever, and it forever changed my life. Have a good night. Enjoy it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, millionaires. Peace.